baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Ubers. I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the beef. One of the all on the scene. Broke at the end of the month. Flow joke, kill more, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up. All in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6. Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid. She ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snigger bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. All in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, joke, chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, joke, chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Indianapolis Colts. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Luck. Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Pulled in at the 24. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Watching that, Marty.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. But he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that takes us from second to third down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Darnold. And that's complete to Lewis. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Throwing here on third down. Darnold forced out to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
1 day. Hey, you need...
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. It's caught, Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. From the gun on third down, Locke. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Geis receives the pitch. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they've got it here with a first down. They'll hand it down to Geis. And now running right through it. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a toss. This is Geis. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, this is Geis. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Play action. It's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
To the right.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I
cool.
just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. Broken tackle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, here's Locke. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a carry from Mack. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Mack trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Buster Screen is able to bring him down. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
Get it down to the 47 here. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
He can run for it, and he will. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout.
Here we go now.
On 2nd down, Darnold. And Matthews over the middle with the grab. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Darnold on 3rd down. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go #1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to #3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Margus Hunt coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Darnold from the gun. The grab made by Kurtz over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Rashard Matthews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Out of the gun, Luck. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a first down throw. Luck. Ebron caught left side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Back to throw. Luck. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. 1st and 10 at the 19. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down, here's Love. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Morris Claiborne, the former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively. The Colts on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Love. Ebron with it over the middle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break. Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it. And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half. See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and throw it. They did it well there. Perfectly executed. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. To throw on second down is Donald. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10. I would expect to see some pressure here. And the blitz does come. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag. No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3. They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off. See if they can get the latter 50%. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try the air now with Locke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Love. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Copeland able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. A shotgun snap for Locke. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. 3rd and long, it's Locke. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
No matter the week, no matter the team, you're going to hear coaches wax nostalgia for big tight ends that can control the edge of the line of scrimmage. Well, sometimes you don't have a tight end in the game, so now you're looking at your tackles. Can they control the perimeter? Make sure that gets sealed off so there's no penetration off of the edge. If they're able to do that, that's why a toss play is successful. Because once they get to the edge, they can pick and choose their spot, which way to run, whether it's deep outside or cutting it back inside to pick up big yardage. On that play, they controlled the edge so well, they picked up an excellent chunk of yardage.
Now Geis trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. The Jets on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and get it with Geis, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Mack. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Here's Geis. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
No. Check. Patriot.
A toss right to Geis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down. Geis. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
So they settled for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And the Colts coming out now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what I think
that factored in.
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing is Luck. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. This is Geis on a handoff left. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Leopard!
This is Geis. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the ground, Geis. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Geis alone in the backfield here. 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56.
And Darnold wants to throw the football into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Jets, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. Money back, and my with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids.